Welcome back to the Create Harmony podcast. This is a place where we embrace joy. We embrace all the little joys that are nestled down in little things all around us all the time. For example, freshly washed sheets, a spontaneous hug, or listening to whatever is your new favorite song. Maybe it's baking something and savoring the flavor, or a genuine smile from a stranger when you're out and about. Seeing sunlight streaming through the window, or wrapping your hands around a mug of warm cider. Maybe it's feeling the crisp air of a fall morning or smelling the scent of wood smoke in the distance. Each of these things holds a tiny piece of joy, and they are waiting for you, and it only takes a moment to notice them. You are not too busy to capture that joy. It just takes practice to get in the habit of noticing. And that is what we're all about. So this is episode 147, and I am your host, Sally Burlington. So today we're going to pay special attention to those tiny joys because we're right in the middle of a series that we do every fall, and it's called GrateFall. You know, it's all about gratitude, and it happens in the fall, so we call it GrateFall. So gratitude is really a huge part of good mental well-being. It's harder to be mad or sad or down if you incorporate gratitude practices into your life. So I was thinking about this. I've really been thinking about this during our Great Fall season here at Create Harmony, and I've really been wondering how to put more gratitude practices into my rhythm. And last week, our pastor at our church preached a sermon about the importance of gratitude. So how about that? I'm thankful for that. And one of the things she said really, really resonated with me. She said, gratitude doesn't change the world. It changes you. And you are the only person that you are responsible for. So when you think about it, it doesn't matter if the whole world is going to hell in a handbasket. The only thing we can change is ourselves. And if we all worked harder to focus on gratitude, think about the impact that could have on the world around us. Think about the powerful ways change could happen. So, as we talk about how to create habits of noticing and taking that one step further and giving thanks, I'm going to share a few things that are working for us. Some of these are things we shared during Great Fall from last year, but I think they bear repeating. So, I've shared before that when I try to practice gratitude, I've confessed to you that I tend to return to the same old things. If I'm going to make a gratitude list right now, I would think about my family, my health, my house, my sweet dog. And that is the type of thing that comes up with this habit without giving it quite enough gusto. But in order to pay attention, in order to train myself to pay attention to new things, new tiny blessings, I have to work a little harder. I have to go a little deeper. And in order to do that, we put up a whiteboard in our mudroom. We have a mudroom where you enter our house, and we have this whiteboard. On one little section, it has places where we write groceries, so anything we need from the grocery store, we write on there. And then the other section, it has the topic at the top is good things. So it's not complicated. It's simple. Just anything that is good that we can think of. And that really retrains our brains to think back towards good things instead of focusing all the time on negative things. So periodically we write all sorts of things up there, and they span from, a yummy dinner to time to work on projects to compassionate friends. Anything, the full gamut is represented here. And the nice thing about it is, what I like about it is, then it's displayed there. And as we're coming and going through our mudroom throughout our week, we can revisit it. We can look up there again and see, oh gosh, I'm thankful for our dog sitter, or I'm thankful for that weekend trip we went on, or all the little things that happen in our day. It becomes part of our household, and it reminds us, and also maybe the people that visit us. So anybody else who comes and goes through our mudroom might look up there and think, oh, wow, that's a good thing. Maybe I'll think of some good things in my own life. That might sound old school or overly simple, but it really works for us. So where could you put something like that in your regular rhythm to deepen your gratitude and shift your gaze in that direction? Where is there something that you could just incorporate? And it just takes a minute or two just to write a couple things each day, or we don't even do it every day. We just do it every few days and then look up there and see them. So another gratitude practice that we discussed last year that I think bears repeating is a gift that a friend of mine gave to my children. So my children at that time were both in college, and she created what I call a little box of blessings. So it's a little decorative box, and inside is all sorts of little notes, inspiration, of affirmations. There were a few scriptures in there, just all sorts of feel-good moments, if you will, in this box of blessings. And the idea is that they would take this to college, which they did, and then when they were feeling a little off, they could just open up that box and look in there and just have a moment of joy. Little tiny moments of joy. I mean, what a great gift idea. It doesn't cost much. I mean, you have to buy the little box, maybe a decorative box for your recipient, but then just pieces of paper in there and all of your ideas can be written down. So that is a really great way to create more joyful moments and more gratitude in someone else's life. You could give it to them. And I would think that as you are creating the notes, it creates some gratitude in your own life. So thought that was a neat thing, that maybe you want to spread some joy to the world around you. Now, speaking of spreading joy to a recipient, I want to remind you that what's coming up this fall at Create Harmony is our seasonal series, Peaceful Pathways Box. So we're partnering with Petal and Pink, which is a mental wellness boutique here in our town. And we've created, at Create Harmony, we've created the 5 meditations that are in each box. So if you bought this box, you would get 5 guided meditations. And each of the meditations are very immersive. It feels like you're actually having an experience, stepping out of your life and taking a moment sitting in your cozy nook, or taking a moment sipping a cup of tea, or taking a moment looking into the fire as you're sitting by the fireside. So that's in the box. You have a link to those 5 meditations, as well as really neat and unique gift items or treasures, what we were calling peaceful treasures, that sort of reinforce this experience. There's in the winter box, there's a cool mug, there's a neat candle, just all sorts of peaceful things that are coming up. And that the launch for the sales of these things is November 1st, so we're almost there. And you will learn all about this by going to our website. You can go to mycreateharmony.com to find out more. If you want to order, mark your calendar. It's a great gift idea. Who wouldn't want to receive a box full of peaceful items? And then there'll be 4 boxes per year. So this is the winter one. There'll be spring, summer, and fall. So don't forget about that. That could be a blessing to you. And for our closing today, I'm going to share a prayer. And this is a prayer that we used in a meeting recently, and I really liked it, and I thought that it will be a blessing to you. And it goes like this. Gracious God, as we go forth from this time together, may your love be in our hearts. May your words be on our lips. May our arms outstretch to those you want us to embrace. May our eyes see your will. May our ears hear your voice. May our feet follow your path. May your kingdom on earth prosper and grow, and may it be so. Thanks again for joining us today. So glad you were here to talk about how to have more gratitude in your daily rhythms. Hope you'll come back next week. And until next time, peace.